Okay, let's try this again because both Miko and Scuttle were obnoxiously annoying. So, I love reading. The thing that got me into reading was this series called Warriors. I had to get rid of my entire collection of this book series, and I basically just never picked up the series again. It's still an ongoing series, and this series has over, I think, 60 books. I wanted to revisit this world that got me into reading again, and I also just wanted to catch up with this series. That is what this video is going to be. I'm going to be compiling this rereading Warriors books series thing into multiple episodes, I guess you can say, because there are so many books. I can't compile all my thoughts of over 60 books into one video. So I thought I would compile it into around 8 or 10, maybe more, episodes in the series. I'm going to read this series by the arc, and then I'm going to also add in special editions that were released at the time that those arcs were released. I have no idea if that makes sense. Each arc of this series has 6 books, so I'm going to read 6 books. So I'm going to at least read 6 books and then a few special editions in each video besides this video. This video I'm just going to be focusing on the very first arc. Then in the next video, to give you an example, I'm going to be reading the New Prophecy and then 2 special editions. So basically, give you guys an idea of what this series is about. It starts off, the very first book is Into the Wild, and it starts off with this house cat named Rusty. Rusty is very curious to the things of the outside world. Him and the other house cats always hear these wild feral cats out there who are dangerous, who are just not nice. He doesn't feel entirely happy with his life. So one night, when he is out hunting, he meets these wild cats. He is basically so confused but so intrigued by how they live. They have to fend for themselves. They have to constantly fight for territory with 3 other groups of cats, which are called clans. And this is during a time where this group of cats who are talking to him, Thunder Clan, are in a very hard time. They're going through a lot of just a difficult time. And so their leader, Blue Star, basically recruits Rusty and gives him the offer to give up his comfy life and to come join them. That's where the story goes. That is where these 60 books go. There will be spoilers in all of these videos. So in this first video, like I said, I'm just going to be focusing on the first arc, which includes Into the Wild, Fire and Ice, Forest of Secrets, Rising Storm, A Dangerous Path, and The Darkest Hour. I'm honestly so excited to get back into the series. Page 72. I'm very much enjoying rereading the story. So I'm very happy to see the characters again. Ravenpaw, Greypaw, just like all of them young. Also, one thing that I kept thinking of during like the first chapter. Do you guys remember the YouTube channel SS Warriors, I believe? And they like did the first few chapters of Warriors, the books, and they animated it, and it was so cool. There's so much information given to you within the first 50 some odd pages, and I knew everything already, so I was expecting everything, and nothing was like, oh, that's new information. It was just like revisiting things. You know, I already knew everything that the book was going to be talking about, but it just gives you so much within, like I said, the first 50 pages. But just for new readers, I could definitely see people being confused because you're learning a lot of new names. You're introduced to many, many cats within a few pages. I could be wrong, and I'll double check this later, but if I remember correctly, in the warrior code, and I believe one of them is that cats shouldn't kill, like they should defend their clan, but not purposely kill someone. The chapter where Tiger Claw brings back Redtail and explains everything that happened, he says that he avenged Redtail by killing Oakheart. I thought you weren't supposed to kill, and it doesn't seem like anyone, like, even if he did avenge Redtail, that doesn't bring, like, up a red flag for anyone. Like, you just killed another clan's cat, and no one is mentioning anything like, oh, that's not the greatest thing to do. I don't know. To me, that's just, like, no cat question, Tiger Claw. I have no idea the last time it was that I updated you guys. So I think the last time I updated you guys was when I said I was going to start Fire and Ice, which that is what I have done, and I'm on page 78. And the main thing that's been happening in the book is mainly stuff with Wind Clan. There was also a quick reunion between Fireheart and Greystripe and Ravenpaw, which was so nice to see Ravenpaw again. Yeah, not too much has been happening in the book. I think already I'm liking Fireheart a little bit more than in the first book. I don't know why, but in the first book he just his character was so hard to grasp, and in this one he seems more fleshed out. Maybe it's because he's older in this book. And here they are. So let me introduce you to them. The Dalmatian Molly, her name is Dolly. And then the orange one, he's a swordtail. His name is Sunburst. Sunburst, yeah. And then this little black one, who sometimes is hard to find. Her name is Aggie. Yeah, I'm hoping to read more of this today. I don't know if I can. I finished Fire and Ice. Like there was more character development for Fireheart, especially. In the first book, he was just, it didn't seem like the author knew what kind of character he wanted. It didn't seem like his character was very fleshed out. Because when Greystripe and Silverstream meet for the first time, it's so cute. It's so cute. I love the fact that Silverstream tries to be all hostile toward these Clan cats. She usually falls for Greystripe's fun personality, and I really enjoy that. Now, I am obviously reading the next book, Forest of Secrets, and I don't know how many pages in. I'm 78 pages in. There is something very sad that happens within this book. What is this? It is huge. You can't tell how big it is on camera, but oh my golly, what is it? I have not read whatsoever. I finished 12:32. I blame YouTube for my lack of sleep today. I just got done filming. Now my room is a mess. 156 of Forest of Secrets. I'm starting to get reminded of why I grew not to like Blue Star too much as the story progresses. Lots of things that are not going to turn out good are happening right now. I don't have too much to say right now since I am saving most of my thoughts for later on in this rereading vlog. I'm enjoying it. I don't know if I like it as much as Fire and Ice, but I prefer Over Into the Wild. I'm hoping to finish Forest of Secrets today and start on Rising Storm. On Rising Storm. Not too much has happened. I feel like this one is very slow compared to the others. I feel like it's mainly Fireheart trying to figure out how to be a good deputy, how to make Blue Star be a leader, because Star is still in shock from Tiger Claw's betrayal. I also just don't see how she didn't suspect Tiger Claw. He was the apprentice of another cat that she was scared of being leader because of his hunger for leadership and his hunger for battle all the time. How does she not see that in Tiger Claw? There's literally a time where Tiger Claw almost kills a kit, and she doesn't suspect anything. Oh, golly. I hate snakes. Good morning, fishies. For my update on A Dangerous Path, I am halfway through already. Yeah. Why can't you just kept like cleaning yourself? Man, you always have to come over here when I'm talking. I am enjoying it. It's just Blue Star is driving me insane. I sympathize with the fact that she is suffering mentally ever since Tiger Claw betrayed her, but at the same time I'm just like, how did you not realize that he was the bad cat? Because right now in ThunderClan they have sent the dogs all over their territory, and so is WindClan, but Blue Star is blaming all the prey being taken that's being taken by the dogs on WindClan, even though WindClan is losing prey as well. And it's just so frustrating because throughout the entire book she's saying, everyone betrays me, everyone betrays me, everyone blah, 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 blah. And yet she's not putting the safety of her clan before her own mistrust in everyone. So annoying. Every single time that I film. I also just realized that both my recent thumbnails look very identical, and I hate it. Why did I do that? When I was trying to do my thumbnail for this one, I was so uncomfortable because it's in front of it's outside where people can see me, and I didn't like it, so it was awkward. I look like a mess, but I am going to take a shower, so it'll look better later on. I just wanted to update you guys on where I'm at. Did I say that I finished A Dangerous Path? Minnie! I'm gonna go out here to update. So I finished A Dangerous Path, and now I'm on the darkest hour. I'm not very far into it. Page 34. So I just finished filming Get to Know My Pets video. I always wonder after I'm done filming if I should go over all the footage and make sure that I like all the footage. I did that when I first started. I would just constantly redo every little bit. If I went over every little bit of footage that I had, I would probably redo everything all the time. It's like in the video, I had a piece of hair sticking up on the side, and it was just driving me insane. And I was just thinking, man, everyone's gonna like look at my piece of hair and think it looks weird and that I look stupid and blah blah blah. When really it's just me that's worried about it. I wonder, should I try to spend more time finding a better area to film? But then I think, really, there's no place for me to film that has good lighting except my room in front of my window. And then out in the living room is where 3 noisy birds are. So it's hard to film when there are other things around you that kind of keep you from getting good footage, I guess. I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know. Just rambling. Now I'm going to get to editing this video. I am not very far in it. Oh, I need my glasses. I got these glasses from Yes Style because I look at screens quite a bit. It would help keep my eyes not as stressed, I guess, strained. So, here they are. How do I look? I don't think they actually look that bad. I'm just not used to wearing glasses. I thought I wouldn't like them on me, but I kind of did. Editing galore today, and then like I said, I have to want to redo all that. Okay, got it. Woo! Let's get to editing and not lose my progress. So I finally finished the first arc. At this portion of the video, I'm going to basically kind of go more in depth of the story, tell you guys my problems that I kind of found with it, some questions that I had while reading the book, basically my overall thoughts. So before I actually get into this, I just want to quickly state, if you are sensitive to cats basically mauling and killing each other, and me kind of going into a little bit of detail of a few scenes, I wouldn't stick around. So if you are sensitive to that, this probably isn't the best time for you to stay on the video, so I would suggest you going to this timestamp where I will talk about the next books that I will read in the series. By the way, if you guys constantly see me looking down, it's because I have my notes. So first off is Into the Wild, which I already kind of explained at the beginning of this video, but I'll kind of go a little bit more in depth. During a very dark time for ThunderClan, this kitty pet named Rusty joins them as an apprentice and begins to train. There's also the possibility of a very respected warrior named Tiger Claw murdering ThunderClan's past deputy Redtail. One of the things that I questioned was Rusty's decision was so easy for him to make. His entire life he lived with these two legs, these humans. He had the comfort of having food, having clean water, having a warm bed to sleep in. But yet the decision for him to go be out in the forest where he can get killed is so easy for him to make. Why is that so easy for him to make? He knows nothing of this. Why is Tiger Claw so respected? Just because he's a great fighter? During this time that Firepaw is in ThunderClan, he obviously meets other cats, and he also meets their medicine cat, Spotted Leaf. They only speak around 5 times. The romance is just out of nowhere. That romance isn't needed. They could have just gave them a good friendship and left it at that. They didn't need a romance. The romance just seems forced and used for extra drama that we will see later on in the books. Some of the problems that I did have with this book is that Firepaw and Tiger Claw, a lot of the characters really, are not very well fleshed out. Firepaw, he's very bland. He doesn't really have a personality. Also, that brings me to the other point where Tiger Claw isn't fleshed out really either. He's just evil to be evil. He's just evil for the plot. We're told that he's ambitious. I mean, yeah, he wants to be leader, but why do you want to be leader so bad to where you're willing to kill people of your own clan? Why is that something that's so easy for you to do? Even though there were a few problems in this story that I found, this is what got me into this series, so I still do love it. So next was Fire and Ice. This was my favorite. This picks up right after the first book. This book was definitely a little bit heavier than the previous, and I felt like Cinder Paw's character was definitely very much needed, her energy. Speaking of characters, I felt like there was a lot of character development in this one, specifically for Fireheart and Graystripe. So I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. I saw that happening. I knew that was going to happen. Let's not go for a nice background. Let's just go with this. There we go. So the next book in the series is Forest of Secrets. We are discovering many things within this book, specifically what happened with Redtail a little bit more. I don't have any two thoughts about this book. I cried during Silverstream's death. I always cry. It's so sad, and I actually wanted to read a portion after her death because Silverstream and Graystripe were obviously in love. I felt like it explained their relationship very well. Fireheart felt his heartbreak for his friend, but there was nothing more he could do to help. I'll come back soon, he promised. More softly, though. He was past caring if Tiger Claw heard him or not. He added, I will mourn her with you, Graystripe. She was brave, and I know she loved you. His friend did not respond. Fireheart picked up the kit with his teeth and left Graystripe beside the cat he had loved more than his clan, more than honor, more than life itself. Also, why didn't Bluestar make Tiger Claw a prisoner instead of letting him go to where he can, do more harm, which he eventually does? Why didn't she make him a prisoner? So the next book is Rising Storm. This book, along with A Dangerous Path, is beyond frustrating. Whenever Bluestar is on a page, I just get so annoyed because she's constantly saying, StarClan betrayed me, StarClan betrayed me. I wish I wrote the page down where she said this, but she, at one point, I don't know if it's in this book or the next book, but she says, basically she was saying she didn't care if any of her clan died underneath her leadership because she thought they were all traitors. But personally, this book just felt very lacking. I would say this is the filler book to the series. In the end, I gave this a 3.8 out of 5 stars. The next book is A Dangerous Path, which I ended up giving a 3.5 out of 5 stars. This is the lowest rated book. Pack of Dogs is in ThunderClan territory. How did they never pick up the scent of the ThunderClan patrols and track the scents to the camp and then attack the camp that way? They shouldn't have needed to be led by Tiger Star to the camp. They're dogs. I also came to the conclusion that I don't like Bluestar. I don't like her whatsoever. I felt like her death, in a way, even though I feel bad for saying this, was almost a relief. It was like at her death when she saved Fireheart and fell into the gorge, that it was supposed to be a noble thing, that she was always this great cat, which I understand. She was a great cat before Tiger Claw revealed himself. Just because she died protecting Fireheart does not excuse her many, many awful things that she did to her clan. And I feel like the Aarons were trying to say, oh, it's acceptable because she sacrificed herself for her clan. So, the last book is The Darkest Hour. Really, this is my second favorite book in the series. However, my main issue with it is the villain. This entire series builds up between Firestar, and Tigerstar being enemies. So you expect the final scene to be between them. And instead, this random cat that we only see about 3 times in this book, Scourge, comes along and kills Tigerstar. Just like that. And so this whole build-up of all these books of Tigerstar is kind of just like thrown out the window. So I gave this 4.8 out of 5 stars. And this book brings me to the topic of why is this series for children? Darkstripe holds Stoneford down by his hind legs. Blackfoot just slashes his neck open and Stoneford dies. Tigerstar's death. I do not like Tigerstar as a character. He is, for one, his motives aren't ever really explained. And then he himself as a character isn't great. He's a mean cat. But I would not wish that death on anyone. Like, whoa. It says in the book that from neck to the tip of his tail, Tigerstar is sliced open. And then I read further into what Vicky, one of the authors, I believe, said. She explained his death as Scourge slicing Tigerstar's 9 main arteries, like his kidney, his heart, yada yada yada. But Tigerstar also had 9 lives, and that injury that Scourge gave to him, usually when leaders are given an injury that makes them lose one of their lives, StarClan is able to heal them. StarClan wasn't able to heal Tigerstar after this injury because it was so severe. So Tigerstar had to relive this death of being sliced open 9 times. That is so sad. I don't like Tigerstar, but my goodness, that's an awful death, and this is for children. I do recommend the series. I really do. There are things that frustrate me within it. Blue Star. But I would recommend it to anyone who likes cats, but who isn't too sensitive to gore, because that is the thing in this series. Not just the last book, but that was the one that has the most that I can think of off the top of my head. So I think it has many, many great characters that you fall in love with and you root for. I can't wait to read the next few books, which I will tell you what they are right now. Let's get into the next books. So the books I'm going to be reading is the second arc, The New Prophecy, which includes Midnight, Moonrise, Dawn, Starlight, Twilight, and then Sunset. The special edition that I will be reading is Firestar's Quest series. Kiwi! I'm excited because I don't remember anything, so I'm sure I'll probably have a few surprises here and there. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and bye-bye.